that like a really good okay, with love, we gotta have a little reality check real quick. You gotta just be the best you can be, not anybody else, It's only you at the end of the day.
What is up, guys? Happy Wednesday. If you do not know who I am, hello. My name is Naja, aka the Voodoo Child, and this is my advice stream where my peoples they send in their stories or if they need advice, mainly just a nice little kiki, and then we go ahead and give them some. This is a live stream. So what is up, guys? I see you here. I'm going to put the chat on the screen. What's up, everybody? So if you want to be in the live stream, all you have to do is show up here on Wednesdays, usually around 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30-ish. I try to keep it punctual, but I'm not perfect. It is my birthday week. I'm a little all over the place. Well, technically next week's my birthday week, but it's my birthday weekend coming up. So, and it was just my fiance's birthday weekend last week. His birthday was yesterday. So I've just been all over the place. Sorry if I'm mumbling a little bit here. I'll turn my sound up. Ugh. There we go. Sorry if I'm giving mumbles. I just didn't want to blast your ears. Hey, everybody. Let me know if I sound better. Let me know if I sound better. And thank you so much for the early birthday wishes. I appreciate you. But yeah, whenever, before I get into these stories, I'm going to have my mic together. But today we're going to be reading 4 stories. There's no sound. But I'm looking at my mic right there. Y'all don't hear me? Hold on. Later. Oh, y'all do hear me. Are y'all trolling? Are y'all messing with me? Okay, because I'm like, I never have problems with my sound. I'm like, damn. Okay, y'all can hear me. Bad. Y'all got me paranoid about the mics now. I just don't want to be yelling because that's me sometimes. Thank you so much to Zakara for the donation. You guys do not have to donate, but it definitely does help. They said looking good. Thank you. I'm trying, I just dyed my hair and I'm about to get it done. So I just had to, I'm giving forehead today. I had to throw on a wig, I'm liking this new little like button they got down here. I like that. Oh, y'all are saying the sound's been good. Look, I'm just making sure everybody can hear me okay before I get into it, because y'all know me. I will sit here and ramble and talk for like 15, 13 minutes before. Yeah, so I just wanted to make sure everybody is doing good and y'all can hear me. Thank you so much for the belated birthday wishes. Thank you, Nyla. Thank you, Tantris, everybody. But yeah. Y'all said, did I have blonde hair this week? Yeah, my hair isn't blonde. It's brown. You can't see it, though, but I did do my roots. But, yeah, it was just my hair. But I'm serving foreheads today. Okay, we're serving foreheads today. It's all good because I'm going to eat with my hairstyle. Y'all guess what hairstyle I'm going to do in the comments because, yeah. I'm excited. So we have 4 stories, like I said earlier. And you said, was y'all at Bahama Breeze? No, I wish. Nah, it wasn't me. That was not me. I'm not living that fortunate right now. I wish I was at Bahama Breeze eating some shrimp. No, that wasn't me, unfortunately. But we have 4 stories today. 2 of the stories have receipts. One has a video. I haven't been sent a video in a while. I got sent a fight video like a few months ago, or a year ago. But yeah, I haven't been sent a video in some time. So this is going to be interesting. Then we have the Hollow Weekend frat mess. I have tried to read that story like 3 times and the person resubmitted it with like pictures and stuff. So I'm going to read that one. Then we have almost expelled from an alternative school at 18. I didn't even know 18-year-olds could go in there. So I was interested. I wanted to know, like, how did you get in there? How did you get in there, friend? And then they gonna kick you out. I mean, because you're grown. I'm sure. Then the last one is kind of a juxtaposition to the first story. Is my boyfriend broke up with me, but I do not want to break up. All right. And if we have enough time, I have one more that I'm going to read, and it's kind of like a little scary, spooky story. So make sure you guys have your volume turned up, your blizzies, your wine, your water. I got my water. I'm being a good noodle. I got to get refreshed before my birthday. You know, I can't be, you know. And I'm about to get right into this. Here, let me put on the music. The music, man. The music. All right, let me get comfortable. I'm over here squishing myself. All right. The first story has a video, and it's called, ooh, girl, my bad. It's called Ex Turned Stalker Storytime. Okay. So, hey, Tribe. Oh, and this was sent in by like an OG Tribe member. Hey, Tribe. So I'm getting right into it because this is kind of like a part 2 update regarding my ex who crashed my car. Do y'all remember? I remember this story. Do y'all remember this story? She sent in pictures of her car all smushed up. And it's on, if y'all go look in my old videos, she made the thumbnail multiple times because I think either she let the same boy hold the car again, or she let a new boy hold the car and didn't learn. Either way, she has sent me 2 accidents that were the cause of a boy. I wouldn't even call him a man, this boy. But yes, this is her. Okay. She said, I believe I called him Ricky. So after kicking Ricky out of my apartment for cheating, which is a whole other story time, I bet you he was using that car to go and cheat. I bet you he was. Oh my gosh. Bro, this little like button in the chat, I'm living for it. Like YouTube did their thing when they did that one little thing. They did that one little thing. But yeah, I bet you he was riding around. He was riding around in your car. I blocked him on everything, even though he owes me money, but I quickly realized that he's just bad for my mental health, and I'd rather take the L of not getting my $3,000 than to have any communication with Ricky. $3,000? Oh, hell no. I'm sorry. We're going on Judge Judy, Judge Mathis. Y'all gonna have to resurrect Jerry. Jerry gonna have, look, I love me some Jerry, y'all. I'm playing too much. For real though, like you better take him to court. Like all jokes aside, you might want to. And you know, if you like, you could hit up a TV judge and they will pay for everything. And then you will actually still get your money and everything. Like you need to get your money. It's 2023 and he got 3 racks off you. Nah, that's a lawsuit. Yeah, everybody in the chat's like, I'm taking you to court. That does make me sad because it's like, as a man, I know I'm joking, calling him a boy and stuff, but like, why would you take from a woman? Like, why would you take food, money, shelter, like, sued? Ever since I cut all communication, I just started getting OD messages of all these different text app phone numbers and social media accounts. All of the texts mostly say the same things until he started being weird, saying that he's going to pop up at my job and my house so he can talk to me. Sounds to me like somebody needs to meet Mr. and Mrs. Blicky. Ricky needs to meet the Blicky because what you're not about to do is threaten me. Because that's how I view that. That's a threat to me. You about to show up at my job? In my house? Do you live alone? Oh, obviously, yeah, he just moved out. Yeah. Mind you, I'm not even shocked. Mind you, Ricky has a girlfriend throughout this time period. I guarantee you he dating somebody that he was cheating on you with, and now that's the main, and because he needs somewhere to live, and because he sounds like a hobosexual, he own you 3 bands and wrecking cars. Like, he has a bad bitch resume. You wrecking cars and you owe 3 bands and you moving in with the next just like that. That is crazy. That is insane to me. This man's insane. Here, why don't I put my little cup over here? There we go. And the girlfriend, like, who is paying this phone bill that he's stalking you on? Who is paying this phone bill that this man is stalking you on? And how does she not realize that he's having all this time in the day to harass you? Somebody lying. Somebody is lying. I was on FaceTime with someone I went to high school with, and he told me Ricky pulled up to my job and was waiting outside. He doesn't even have a car, so this confused me because why and how the F did he get here at my job? Because he's riding in that other girl car, girl. He has to keep the girls on deck or else he's going to be immobile without a place to stay and no pocketbook. Like, he is a whole city girl. So at the time, I was working 12-hour shifts, so he was not there when I was done with work, thank God. I finally had enough and texted him back after 7 months of me not answering. I basically told him I moved on, to leave me alone, and I have nothing to learn from him anymore. I should have known that was a bad idea to respond, because then he starts blowing up my phone even more. So y'all, what they say about stalkers is what you don't want to do is feed into the back and forth. Because once you feed into it, it's kind of like a reward system. Like they're like, oh, I'm actually getting the attention I want with this bad behavior. I'm going to keep doing it. Because if I keep doing it, they're going to keep engaging with me. Like, so I'm not surprised that he saw this as a weird, twisted invitation. Like, what is up with this dude, bro? So fast forward to 1 week before my 21st birthday, and I was up late painting. Okay, artsy. I get a text around 12:45 a.m. from a random phone number. The text said, you shouldn't leave your... Yeah, I'm getting a restraining order. The text said, you shouldn't leave your work badge ID in your car. So you're watching me. You're watching me when I go to my... Okay. Definitely needs to meet Mr. Blicky, because so you're stalking to the extent where you're looking in my belongings. You're trying to be creepy, like on some, I know what you did last summer. Like, I know where your car keys, like, she said that made her have an anxiety attack. I don't blame you. I would have freaking been scared too. Like, what the hell? Hold on. She said, this man said, I know what's in your car. Who does that? So after she had her anxiety attack, because I don't blame her, I would have had one too. He kept texting me saying he was going to see me on my birthday, and if I don't respond, then he's just going to pop up at my house. I immediately called my best friend, who conveniently lives 2 minutes from me, and she's always on go for me. Well, I'm glad, because I'm like, look, this is scary. You don't have no family, no nothing that could, like, oh my gosh. Anywho, she pulled up and I stayed the night at her house. I was so freaked out because I watched too much 2020 and First 48, right? I refuse to be that girl that ends up on there because her stalker ex could not let them move on. I am good. She said, look, I'm not about to die today. Are you... Let me stop trying to guess people's zodiac signs. Luckily, this man was in custody. Luckily, this man was in custody on my birthday for something he did that does not pertain to this story. Well, look, it may not have to do with you, but he doing criminal activity. He ain't afraid of jail. So, yeah, I would, anybody out there that is scared to build a case on somebody because of whatever reason, and they've been to jail a few times, like, they're not scared, bro. Like, you better get that restraining order. They are not scared of jail. And quiet as it's kept, that little piece of paper really don't be doing nothing. But at least it could be a paper trail for when if you do have to up the blicky, it's not like you're this murderous person. They're going to be like, oh, no, this was self-defense. They've been talking about this for some time. There's reports, like we got picture, all this stuff. Telling y'all, look at God though, right? Look at God. That man locked up on her birthday. Fast forward to a few months, I was leaving the car wash with my sister. Apparently, I had accidentally forgot to close my trunk. And tell me why my sister received a text from him 30 seconds after I pulled out of the car wash talking about your sister's trunk is open. So I take it he's out of jail. I would be so scared. Are you freaking serious? When I tell you I was disturbed, that is an understatement. After each of these occurrences, I decided to stop accepting that behavior and to go file a basically a restraining order. And let me tell you, being in court and expressing your fears and being super vulnerable is not fun. No, it's not. But you are so strong and I'm so proud of you. Like, it's hard. It is very hard. It's very hard. The judge granted me 1 year of protection and I finally felt peace. That was until homeboy decided to text me 6 months after it was granted, saying he does not care if he goes to jail for texting me. I told you they do not care about going to jail. Those types do not care about going to jail. They've been there. They like the food. They like they back hurting on the cot. They do not care. Like, he is a whole super gremlin. He is not a city girl. He is a super gremlin. Like, so boom. I sent that screenshot to my lawyer and we had a new hearing where he was sentenced to 6 months probation and they extended my order of protection. My order of protection is up in July of 2023 and I really hope that there is no continuance of this story. And I hope so too, girl. I really do. My advice to you with the whole text-free thing, there's a setting on the iPhone. You can Google it. I don't know it by heart if you have an iPhone, where you can block any numbers or silence and block any number that is not saved to your phone. I do that because for some reason, bill collectors love blowing my shit up. I don't know why. But if your number isn't saved in my phone, it goes straight to voicemail. It doesn't ring. None of that. I would look into that. She sent me a video when she went to court. She had to print out all this stuff. And don't worry, I cropped the top because I know you're probably like, oh my God, I don't know if I cropped out all the numbers. It's probably not even his real number anyway. It's probably another text-free number. But yeah, she sent me, she's flipping through. Look at all these texts of just him talking to himself. That probably is his phone number because it's just all the same. Just him over and over and over. These long books of just obsession. Now he's sending pictures. Like, sir, don't you have a girlfriend? What do you do? Stay up at night and text this stuff? And then where do you tell her she's your mom's house? I'm showing up to your mom's house. I'm in the city. Oh, Blicky. He's writing personal notes. Did y'all see that last part? Yeah, Blicky. Like, bro, no. And I'm calling every male in my family. Like, we're all going to jail. Fuck it. We're all going to jail. No, all jokes aside, I'm glad that you went the route you went. But yeah, this man is insane. This man is insane. Oh my God. That man said, I don't care if I go to jail for texting you. So the order of protection is done in July. I hope there's no more of this story. I would also like to add that his girlfriend, who hated me because her man was obsessed with me, now has an order of protection on him as well. She tried to add me on Instagram like, girl, we are not order of protection sisters. But if y'all got anything from this story, please do not hesitate when it comes to your safety. That is so true. Do not hesitate when it comes to your safety. I don't care if someone is all talk. Please just do it for your own sake. I included the video of the evidence I had to bring to court. This was just a fraction of what he's texted me, and it's quite disturbing looking back. But anyways, love y'all, and please stay safe. No, yes, please stay safe with these unhinged people. It doesn't matter if it's a man, a woman, they, them, whatever. Please get that paperwork on file that there is harassment going on, because what you don't want is you be the one that's like, oh, I don't want to send them to jail going by some weird code when they have no fucking problem lying on your ass and putting you in jail for defending yourself. So yeah, I'm glad that she's good. But who said that in the chat? Yes, Unique. We ride at dawn. Let us know. July 2023. Hit us up in next month, because it's June now. So hit us up. We will pull up. No, but seriously, I hope he has gotten a life. I hope he gets a damn life and leaves you alone for real. Because, ew. And yeah, why is the girlfriend following you? Like, I'm not trying to trauma bond with you, ma'am. Like, and by us being cool is just going to heighten his interest to the point where he harasses even more, right? Like, why would I give him what he wants and combine his obsession? She definitely is a victim, Kaylin, yes. But hey, she came out on top on this one. I really do hope that everything works out and that he doesn't come back. And if he does, fuck it, lock him up. Lock him up. Lock him up like yesterday. Like, Floating Drop says, please stay safe and pay attention to your environment. That is very true. Signs everywhere. Pay attention to the signs. Somebody doesn't just become obsessive out of nowhere. Like, even if you're in a, quote unquote good relationship and your partner is super, super like hovery, doesn't let you get any time to yourself, like, how do you think that's going to translate when you try to get out? Like, it might be cool now, but hey, you never know. That's what I was saying. I thought he was stalking the girlfriend too. I wasn't surprised. Usually people that stalk, that it's like an intimate thing for them that they do. So not surprised. But if any of you guys have any advice for anybody going through a similar situation where you've taken all the proper channels, you got the protection order, and it's about to come up, like, if you've ever been in that position, what did you do? What would you suggest? Because this man really tried it. And I'm just mad that he just told you straight up, like, yeah, I'm going to do it again. Okay. All right, friend. Well, I'm about to get to this next story that I've been putting off forever. I can't wait to read it because I've been so curious. Like, what is it about? It's called The Hollow Weekend Frat Mess. Okay? The Hollow Weekend Frat Mess. And they sent me pictures. I can't post all the pictures. I'm only posting the one that y'all saw on the thumbnail because I just thought that was so outrageous and crazy. But yeah. Girl, can you go? Can you sit down or something? Like, can you please get out of here? Can y'all see her? Y'all can never see her tormenting me. Oh my God. Okay, the Halloween Weekend Frat Mess. So, hey, Naja girl, it's me again with another short but crazy story. I don't need any advice or anything of that nature. I'm just about to tell you about this turn up that happened, and it was funny as fuck. So my friend stays at the University of Delaware, which is only like a 2.5 hour drive from where we live, and a 2-hour train ride there and back. So I took the train from the Penn Station to the station down the street from the college because I wanted to have fun and let loose a little bit, okay? I didn't go to college right after I graduated, and I haven't left New York since 2019, so I just needed some fresh air. And I stayed there Friday and Saturday night in my friend's dorm and went back Sunday morning. So she lives in a room for disabled people because there aren't any disabled people at her college. So they gave some spare rooms to her and her roommate. I have a whole theory on that of why there aren't a lot of disabled people in certain universities. I think they low-key be ableist because like I seen this documentary about like people trying to get into Yale and Harvard that have disabilities, and like they meet all the criteria, the academic, everything, and they still and they won't even give them a reason why either. But yeah, that's a whole other story for another day. But I'm just saying. So on the way there, she calls me and is like, "We need you to dress up." Hold on. I can't. Yes, and the person whose story this is in the chat. I'm gagging right now. They said, so because they're on the dorm, mind you can't just be sleeping in anybody's dorm, right? There's certain rules. So their friend says, "We need you to dress up as a girl. We need you to dress up as a girl to get into a frat party." And I'm like, okay, bet. Look, I would have been scared shitless. Because I would have been like, bro, what if they clock me and they try to beat me up? Are y'all hoes gonna jump them for me? Like, we're about to go into the lion's den. You want me to put on a tutu? I'm scared. So I get there, we eat, start drinking, getting ready and everything. There's only 3 characters that are important to know. So you have Denise, Scarlett, and Lola, okay? I've hung out with Scarlett before when she was in New York. In real life, Scarlett and Lola have the same name. Y'all be adding the most random stuff. Denise is my friend that invited me to the dorms, and Scarlett is her roommate. Lola is Scarlett. Oh my God. Lola is Scarlett's friend of 6 years, and she just happens to come with us tonight. Lola was the most irritating person I have ever had to hang out with. Damn, poor Lola. Okay, what did she do? This is what the party looked like. You could show the first pic. I covered my face over. I looked a hot mess. So that was you. I thought that you were the second picture you just sent me. So all of y'all was dressed up. Who is you? Wait, I'm so confused. So which one is you? I covered my face over. I look like a hot ass mess. You did not look a hot ass mess. So, okay. So you're the one that's dressed up. The reason why I'm confused is because there is another. Here, I'm going to just show y'all the picture. What am I doing? This is why I'm confused. You see how this dude's wearing a dress too? So I'm just like, everybody just wearing dresses. I mean, it sounds like a good time to me. I thought it was a setup at first. I'm not going to lie. I was getting kind of scared. So you said you were in the costume. So who's the butterfly? Who's in the butterfly costume? Is that not you in the butterfly costume? No, that is because of the wig. You're funny. That is you because of the wig. That's the same blonde wig. That is you. So you had somebody else. I see. Okay. So y'all were all kind of dressed up the same. Okay. I'm going to understand this now. Y'all can't see the other pictures I can see. But yeah, there's a blonde wig. So now I see what's going on now. Okay, and then you sent me pictures of the homies. All right. Oh my gosh, you sent me pictures of them like they're in like an anime intro. Like we have Denise, character 1, and like you label their names. Then we got Lola. Why Lola standing like she getting a mugshot? Lola standing like she just got caught doing something bad, but you know what? She has money to bond out, but she has to sleep in the jail for the weekend. That's what she looking like. Then we got Scarlett. Scarlett looks like Grimes. Okay, Scarlett. Okay, then they sent me pictures of them dressed up like face paint. It seems like a time. Okay, y'all are all okay. You got the Pulp Fiction costume. You got the what is that Natalie Portman movie with the swan? That one. I've yet to see that movie. I know I need to, but I heard it's basically a Perfect Blue. I don't know. I like this little face paint. I like the face paint. And then you sent me some pictures of some cows. This is just such a nice, friendly time. I wish I could see this. I wish I could see this. Oh my gosh, your hair is amazing. I love the piercing. I love the hearts. This might not even be you. You just have a very aesthetically pleasing group of friends here. You guys just look really cool. So cute. But yeah, I guess that was it. It was just a crazy time. They just wanted to show off that picture. If I were you, I would frame it. Oh wait, no. Okay, I forgot. I skipped ahead to look at pictures. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I was looking in the Black Swan. Thank you. That's what it's called. The Black Swan. Yeah, someone was dressed up as them. So, yeah, they didn't even get to the party yet. So we leave around 11, and the plan was to go to this one concert of a local band. The concert was in a basement. Those are the best ones. So we get in, and my costume works because they don't really care. I mean, it's Halloween. Like, if you're going to be, like, I don't even know the word for it. I guess homophobic because you want to be mad at someone dressing up. There are straight dudes that dress up like princesses for Halloween to be funny, and there are femme people that dress up as like damn, what was that one that's you know that girl Snitchery that does the cosplay on Instagram? She's good for doing like very masculine cosplays that are just like off the, but like really you have to be like a real dick to be like, you're wearing a dress, like it's Halloween, bitch. And so what if it wasn't? Like what? Anyway, so we get in and my costume works because they don't care, and we got in both places. Denise was holding my hand in front of me and I was in the middle, and Scarlett was holding my hand behind me, and I just kept my head down. Bruh, see, this sounds scary. So was that picture of just y'all pre-gaming? Because now I'm scared. Like, talking about you had to put your head down. I'm scared. The first party was a vibe. Unfortunately, they only had 3 songs left to play, but I was having fun, shaking that ass, doing some splits because I was in disguise. And this isn't even my school or my state. That's why I really wouldn't care either, because it's like, I'm not about to see y'all again. Like, so we get to the actual frat house, and I'm so tired. I'm dehydrated. I feel like I'm a faint. Surprisingly, we got in, and the dude at the door was like, how are you lovely ladies today? So you are just gagged that people are not able to clock that you're in a dress. I mean, honestly, you are petite, you know, and a lot of girls have muscles. I mean, hey, we all go through, like, you know, questionable wig phases too. So I really don't see him clocking. Like, I don't know. But it's funny because this picture you took, I see the vision. You're like, with the brim pulled down, you're like, you can't really tell. Like, I see the vision though. I really do see it. Like, I see the vision. Okay, let me stop. I love when y'all send me pictures. But okay, yeah. They were like, what's good, ladies? We're in the kitchen or something, and I noticed some dude looks at me and he starts freaking out and starts getting slightly aggressive. Oh no. And tries pushing on us and was like, get the F out. No outside guys allowed. Only sorority brothers. He said, I'm not going to get you for what you think I'm going to get you for. Stop drinking up all our lick. I don't give a damn what you could come up in here dressed as Big Bird. You can't be in here. I would have been like, y'all are hating. Oh my gosh. So all 3 of us were like, are you going to let this man talk to us like that? Because his girlfriend was right next to him. I mean, oh my God. He eventually is like, go before I change my mind. So we go to the basement and try to move toward the front to avoid this issue. We're in there for a good 10 minutes or so. All of a sudden, I see a couple dudes circulate me. Oh, hell no. I was so out of it. I forgot what directly happened. But all I know is that some dude took off my wig in front of everybody. Man, look. I know y'all hate when I do that because y'all don't know if the damn thing paused or not, but that really just like, how you gonna snatch somebody's wig? That is just so disrespectful. The dudes are looking at us crazy and trying to kick us out. I'll be like, bro, my wig got snatched. Oh my gosh. At this point, I'm like, okay, let's go. But this bitch Lola is making matters worse. Everyone's trying to convince them to let me stay, but she's saying that we came here to have fun and dance, and it's unfair that we're getting kicked out. To top it all off, she made things 100 times more awkward, telling the dudes that I'm gay so they don't have to worry about my presence being a problem. They just looked at me crazy. Yeah, Lola needs to get her ass beat. Lola is one of those allies to where when it gets hot and sticky, they pick their side real quick. What the fuck is wrong with her? I hope y'all drop this bitch from the crew. Because who does that? That was such a pick-me-ass move. I want to dance. Well, you know he's gay. I mean, he's wearing a dress. Like, bitch, I'll embarrass the fuck out of you, ho. Like, are you stupid? Like, why would you do that? So they just looked at me crazy. They could have literally beat my ass looking back on it. Bro, the whole time I'm scared for you. Like, that was my first thought at the beginning. I'm like, oh my God, you're going to a frat party in a dress with all these damn white people. I was scared. Like, the only person of color up in this friend group. Y'all going to this damn frat party. I mean, Black Swan might be Spanish or native. I mean, but the rest hey, Lola need to go. The whole time we're leaving, Lola is making a scene inside and outside talking about, I just want to stay. Bitch, then you need to figure out how to get home. Because we're leaving. You came with us, you're leaving with us. And if you want to be grown, we need to make sure you got a ride home before I leave. Because talking about first 48, like last story, I'm not about to be responsible when they find you on the side of the road and I'm the last person you were with. Like, I'm at least be able to give the people the last person you were with, you know? So she making a scene outside. And even though we getting kicked out and I just got humiliated, I also forgot to mention while I'm proofreading, she was all over a 17-year-old. Oh, so you're nasty. And he told us that he was 17. We are 19 and in college. I know some people out there might be like, oh, they're teenagers and they're late teenagers at that. But a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old are doing two completely different things in life. A 19-year-old is a sophomore in college, maybe a late freshman. You just got settled into your adulthood, right? A 17-year-old, you're picking out colleges to go to. You should not be, you're still trying to figure out your cap and gown situation, getting your credits together. Shout out to Just Ashley for the donation. Thank you so much. You guys don't have to, but I appreciate it when y'all do. They said, oh, hell nah, that shit was unnecessary. He didn't know how to do all that shit, and he a lawyer. Will make it even worse. You said he didn't know how to do all that shit, and he's a lawyer. It'll make it even worse. Who are y'all talking about? You talking about the dude that pulled his wig off? I hope he ain't no damn lawyer. Let me know if I'm missing out on something. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow, Ashley. I'm a little slow to the game. I haven't eaten lunch yet. I'm gonna use that $4.99 and get some vegetarian sushi so I could get my brain function. Thank you so much. But yeah, I feel bad for bro, man. I feel bad. And they said Lola has a late birthday, so she's actually 20, or at least turning 20 like very soon, right? And no, 17 and 19 is not a big difference in age, but you got to be real that there is a difference in what you're doing at that point of life. And if somebody flat out tells you that they're younger and you just say, I don't care, I'm side-eyeing you. Because that boy already shouldn't be in that environment. He's already being groomed by somebody. Like, let's keep it a buck. I know it's hard for us to look back on it, but when you get further away from that point in time and you look back, being that 17-year-old hanging out with those college kids, like, you were being groomed. You should not have been there. You doing things you weren't supposed to do, you know? But they said Denise started getting pissed because Lola is now accusing her of trying to argue, but she's just telling her to calm down and that what she's doing is embarrassing. So Lola is screaming, crying, stomping. Just all of that in the streets, acting like a damn mess. Scarlett is trying to get her to calm down and everything, but she's just like, nah, and starts arguing back and forth. It is 2 a.m. Everyone's in a bad mood. Scarlett's now upset because she feels like she put in the middle, and Lola's being even more dramaed out, saying she's going to cut everybody off. Like, this whole time this is happening, we are doing the 30-minute walk of shame back to the dorm. Oh my gosh, half naked and freezing cold. This wasn't and still isn't even a big deal to me for real, because it's like, so what? I got kicked out of a frat house because I was a man in women's clothing. This isn't my school or state. But I told my boyfriend all of this, and he was really upset at me for being dumb because he's been to frats and said they could have literally beaten me to death. I'm not going to blame you per se. I will say this, moving forward, you know, scope places out a little bit. And y'all know me, I may talk about race and stuff like that because I'm an American. I mean, it is what it is. And I'm a Floridian. It's like kind of hard not to talk about that stuff. But I'm trying to word this politely. I've had other tribes in the past like this too, where a lot of, you know, my young minority viewers will go into these PWIs and they realize, like, I can be the spectacle. Does that make sense? You don't want to be the spectacle. And some things that they can do, I can't do. You know, like, that could have been dangerous. That could have been really, really, like, when we first started reading like, we were all scared. We're like, bro, this sounds like a setup. This sounds like these bitches trying to set you up. Like, something's off, you know? But no, definitely. I mean, to each his own, but I wouldn't trust my life with none of the bitches in the story that you told. Like, I would maybe turn up with them if I was in control. Like, if I was the driver or the party was at my house or like it was my thing, you know, maybe I would hang out with them for a good time. But it's like, it's specifically Lola, like, just does not care about anybody's safety. Like, but yeah, that's the story. Lola eventually tagged along again the next night for some odd reason, and Denise and I were like, what the fuck? But it was just chill, just awkward a little bit. She didn't apologize and just acted like nothing happened. The second night, we went to some swim team's party, and it was lame, but I had fun, and it was definitely worth going because my life be lame. But yeah, sent me some pictures. And they said this happened in 2021. So yeah, I'm sure you've learned so much more lessons since being, you know, associated with that lifestyle. And I know even when you don't go to college, if you still associate with people, you can inadvertently get into the college lifestyle, right? So like, I'm sure you've peeped. I'm sure you've peeped. But yeah, I wouldn't fuck with. I would just go ahead, do whatever you're doing. If you're going to school there, I don't know. No, you said you don't go to school there or live there. So yeah, I mean, like, if you ever in town, I guess hang out with a bit, but I wouldn't trust them with my life. Like, that could have, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little paranoid, but it seems to me like in the chat, y'all were like, nah, something, this sounds like a horror story. This sounds like a horror story. But thank you so much. Like, Right, Lola really was the only one acting up, but I guess maybe everybody just wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed that day. Cause I'm like, girls, why would y'all even want to dress y'all gay friend up as a girl and go to a frat party? That's like the most misogynist. Why would you want to play undercover with the most misogynist violence there on freaking GP? They don't got no academic, no nothing, just because they family privilege. Like, I would not want to mess with them. I wouldn't even want to play with that. Everybody was a little naive in that situation. But yeah, Lola gotta go. But yeah, that was not your fault per se. That was everybody just was not on the ball at all. Les said, I would not have been around her after the first night because she obviously does not care about your safety or hers either. Like, girl, you about to just stay with all these men by yourself when you came here with us? Okay, girl. Talking about, I want to dance, girl. Y'all said this sounds like a Jordan Peele horror movie. No, seriously. You said we didn't think it would happen like this. No, I could see. But I'm glad that hey, I don't know. Let us know in the comments because I do have one more story to read. But I am curious. Are you still, do you still go over there and visit old girl? Is she still in college? Like, do you still visit Denise and all that? Do they still mess with Lola? Yeah. I'm curious to know. And have you wore a dress since, or did that just completely freak you out from wanting to do any of that stuff? Let me know. I would like to know. If I were you, I would get like a red wig, because when your hair was red, I would get like a nice little red wig with a bang, so you don't gotta lay nothing down. That'd be cute. That is if you're open to it. I would be scared too, friend. You said, no, I haven't went there ever since. T. Well, I'm glad that you're okay and that you're here and to tell this story because I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much, dude. That was funny. So, this is the story that I had so many questions about because I didn't know you can go to alternative school at the age of 18. And yeah, so I'm about to read this one called TRIBETEA Almost Expelled from the Alternative School. And this was sent by another person that's actually, a tribe member that's been here for a minute. So shout out to you. We got a lot of OG tribe members. Thank y'all for trying to bring the segment back. I always say, if you want to see it, because, I'm going to go live every week. I'll come up here and do a mukbang and talk your head off. But if you want to see the tribe teas, you got to send in the tribe teas, y'all. So I see you guys. Thank you so much. All right. So, hey, Naja, this is a story from about 5 years ago when I was 18. When I was 18, I ended up in an alternative school. How I got there is a very long story and not really relevant to this experience. Let's just say it was for academic reasons and not disciplinary. Oh, so they probably sent you to like literally an alternative school from what you were going that is probably solely credit based that can like help you meet your mark and stuff so you can graduate. I'm assuming, right? I don't know. I've never been in a fight before in my life, even though people love to try me. So no, it's not disciplinary. The way this new school worked is that aside from your coursework, like English, math, and everything, you also had to take a course called job skills. The class was supposed to be about how to get a job and keep it. The teacher who taught it before had quit, and there was a replacement, Mrs. Doyle. She already seems evil. She really didn't like me. She was 55 and had been an elementary school teacher for years who now trained future teachers at colleges. Okay. The class was super disorganized. We would read BuzzFeed articles on top 5 ways people get fired. Wow. We had to remember vocab words such as juxtapose, banal, garish. That's so random. We had to read the books The Fault in Our Stars and Divergent. What the hell does that got to do with the workforce and getting a job? I thought, like, I'm mad baby got y'all reading BuzzFeed articles and watching Tumblr films. Like, what is happening right now? So on one assignment, we had to find a quote from the TV show Grey's Anatomy and explain how that quote was important and meaningful. We didn't even have a syllabus. The class was 100% busy work. So it sounds to me like she's one of those teachers that tries to make you guys watch movies and stuff and like worksheets to meet the curriculum so that you guys don't fail and ruin her scores of a success rate. That's what it sounds like. Is that not what it sounds like, y'all? It sounds like she's making sure her success rate is in the 80 percentile to 90 percentile range. Because I know I'm not the only one that went to school when I was a kid. And we were watching doop doo 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 doop, like not learning a damn thing. But you know what? We had to make up those credits and it was eligible. So that's what I think she was doing. So the kids in class were all from neighboring towns and suburbs. I was one of the few kids that was not white. I didn't know anyone there, and they were mostly all terrible to Mrs. Doyle. They would insult her, walk out of class, not turn stuff in, sit on their phone the entire time, and blatantly refuse to participate. She would be very patient and understanding towards them. Participation was a massive part of the class. Mrs. Doyle would frequently pick on me, and I swear she would get annoyed or even mad if I got the question right. Damn. I wouldn't raise my hand, but she still called on me. I figured she was trying to see if I was paying attention. I had a racist teacher that used to do that to me too. And I feel like I talked about this on another live, but she would also like pick on me for like disassociating and like knowing what we know now. It's like, bro, why don't you figure out why my little sixth grade self is disassociating like hard as fuck, like to the point where I'm not even remembering what you're saying. Like she used to pick on me. She used to be like, Naja, stop daydreaming. And I'm like, bitch, I'm not daydreaming. Like I'm not even like I'm blinking my eyes and you yelling at me. Like I don't know what's going on. And it'd be like just me though. Like, bitch, leave me alone. Oh my God. So I feel you. I feel your pain. Like, bitch. So the students couldn't stand Mrs. Doyle, and I really couldn't understand why. Girl, you should out of everybody. On one project we had to do on Black Friday, my task was to figure out how to save money on Black Friday deals. Let's try not shopping on Black Friday when we don't have a job. Like, Miss Doyle, my bad. Miss Boyle. He had until the end of class to finish it. I wrote a mini essay explaining how you only save money if you're in the market for something. For example, if you've been meaning to buy something, you save, right? Because you actually are going to get it. So we read one of the last chapters of The Fault in Our Stars where Augustus dies and this funeral takes place. We read it and moved on. I swear I caught Mrs. Doyle glaring at me like she was annoyed that I wasn't upset or crying at the book. I swear I started seeing a different side of her. Over the weeks, I heard her make blatantly sexist and homophobic comments. I wasn't pleased, but I sat there and took it. See, I wish that we were as bold as these kids are today, like, and we're recording these teachers with our phones back then, because the way I would have snitched, like, one day Mrs. Doyle picked on me again out of nowhere. I got the question wrong and she snapped and she said, "Keep your mouth shut." Bitch. So I have a medical condition where I can't breathe through my nose. I breathe through my mouth. And like when adults snap on me, I just shut down, and I remember going home after class feeling bad. And I don't remember what happened the next week, but the week after that, I had to see the guidance counselor. I thought we were going to be discussing something about colleges, but I was in for a surprise. Mrs. Doyle filed a complaint against me. She claimed I was a huge nuisance, super disrespectful, always causing problems, and was a terrible student. She wanted me dropped from the course. For what? None of this was true. The only incident I can come up with was when I got a question wrong, and she was making it sound like I killed somebody. There were students who weren't there for weeks. Like, if you get kicked out of job skills, you get expelled from the alternative school. The counselor didn't believe that these were all lies. So she pulled up my file and it showed my records from high school. Squeaky clean. No fights. Remember? No fights. No referrals. No detentions, dress code, violations, or write-ups. My test scores from when I take my entrance exams were very high. My other 2 teachers in school didn't have any complaints against me. This lady just sounds horrible. Like, shout out to my girl Just Ashley for the donation. I appreciate you. Thank ya. They said, LOL, not gonna cap. I was the same way, but Miss Doyle, for my teacher, she was good. She was chill though, but I'm not gonna lie. Mrs. Doyle sound like a situation from the Jersey Shore shit. No, seriously, don't she? She sound like Miss Doyle, like the nanny, like the evil nanny. Like, thank you so much, dude. Like, And no, technically, this is a transitional school to where you can make up your senior credits. She's 18, but she's making up her credits so that she can get her GED equivalent or a diploma, whatever, and get the fuck on to college. And this lady is playing with her damn time. Like, the counselor didn't believe me, and she was very condescending, but my case was dropped because Miss Doyle had 0 evidence against me. I finished her course and never saw her again. When I was 20 and in college, snaps for getting into college, I had a similar experience with a psychology professor who told me I deserved to get assaulted. Oh my God. What the hell? She believes that, oh my God, I can't read all of this stuff because what this teacher said is disgusting. Scratch that. What this professor said is disgusting. And I just want you to know that unfortunately this is common. Like, sometimes you do get a teacher or a professor that goes on a freaking power trip and it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them and their freaking insecure asses. Like, ew. This, because she's talking about maybe I'm a bad person. You are not a bad person. A year after the professor fiasco, I turned the story of Mrs. Doyle. I gave him a play-by-play of events, and he said that the whole thing was ridiculous. He said that the class was a joke, and the teacher just didn't like me. You got a question wrong. That's life. Nobody died. Exactly. And shout out to that professor for being a reasonable leader, like, figure in your life, because it seems like everybody's just dropping the fucking ball. His theory was that Mrs. Doyle was racist. She lives in a town that has been in the news a lot for racism. I'm still in college, and the only jobs I've ever had were temp or online commissions. I mean, but you're still in school, so that's not horrible. That's actually really admirable. It's hard to juggle both of those. I can't say what I do for privacy, but I'm terribly worried that when I start my career, I'll get fired for something really minor being blown way out of proportion. I'm worried I'll have a Miss Doyle coworker or employer who will lie about me and make me look like the Antichrist. Do you have any advice? My main advice to you when it comes to like the workplace and everything, well, first off, you're already taking the first step by acknowledging that these are your insecurities projecting from the past, like your old wounds you're projecting from the past, because that's not going to be your reality in a lot of places. Now that you're in the real world, you're an adult, like that's a whole lawsuit. That's a whole harassment HR trip within itself, because you can't do that. You can't do that. And notice the same way how Miss So-and-so had no evidence. If somebody ever says something racist, sexist, anything like that to you, I'm going to need you to keep a record of that and immediately go and tell somebody. If you can get them doing it twice, that's even better. That's even better, because now we're establishing patterns here. Exactly. All things charming. Always keep a paper trail. Always, always, always. Because unfortunately, there are a lot of Mrs. Doyles in the world that are aware of their privilege and will use you as a punching bag, and lie on you like she just did. Like, but no, she definitely bullied you. Nothing good's going to come from her. Her little class really is bullshit. I mean, and then you over here getting snapped on by all these bad little white kids, but you want to pick on and look at you now. You're working, you're in school, doing good things, fuck that bitch. Fuck that bitch. Have everything documented. Everybody's saying the same stuff. Have everything documented. Everything documented. But it's very normal to have certain type of PTSDs when it comes to stuff like that. Shoot, I got PTSD because I've had the same hand dealt to me with a certain situation, and it's just, I feel for you, bro. I feel for you. Don't beat yourself up. Take it a step at a time, and just know, like, you do have the tools. You do have the tools, But I'm gonna try to fit in this last story before I gotta go. Okay, I'm gonna try to fit this in, because I do want to juxtapose the stalking situation with the first story and leave you guys with something a little spicy. So this one is called "Boyfriend Broke Up with Me, but I Don't Want to Break Up." Well, girl, just by the title in itself, go where you are wanted. Like, don't ever catch yourself groveling and like, no, ma'am, you are the prize. Like, I'm gonna need you to stand up and let him go and figure his life out without you in it. We not begging for no man in 2023 and beyond. Okay, no. He want to go, let him go. Let that man go. Right. So I'm not gonna say your name because I don't know if you wanted me to, but they said they just turned 20 and they're in Aries. No one's mentioned their zodiac sign today. Shout out to all the Aries and shout out to the Geminis. Make sure you put your sign in the chat. They said, I love you in your videos and would appreciate some advice on my situation. So here's some background. Me and my boyfriend, you can call him Jay. He is a Gemini and he is 28 years old. We have dated for a year and a half. He has a lot of past trauma. Okay. His father was a Mormon priest. Oh, wow. And went to prison for multiple charges involving minors. I wonder who that is. Oh, he one of them people. He found out his father had another family in his teens and his religious trauma from growing up Mormon and eventually leaving the church. We started out as just hookup buddies and met at one of the bars on my college campus. I was a freshman at the time and he was a med school student. We both bonded about wanting to become doctors. Okay. We then started hanging out, going to the movies, dinners, drinks, and I would start to stay a night or two at his apartment, and he let me leave my toothbrush. I don't know why that's so funny to me. He let me leave my toothbrush at his house, and I had a little nightstand and everything. We met each other's parents. My parents were skeptical because of the age gap, but grew to really like him. We spent the holidays together, had normal disputes and disagreements. Last summer, he invited me to Asia for his best friend's wedding. Wow, baller alerts. We spent 3 weeks in Southeast Asia together. Yes, ma'am. Then after I moved into his apartment, oh my God, everything's happening so fast. Oh my gosh. We got a cat. Oh no. Oh my God. I met all his major friends. He met mine. Girl, is he married? What's the tea? What's the tea? Is he married? Is he married? What's the tea? Because things are going too well. Huh. We just spent Valentine's on the beach and just talked about anything and how after he graduates, we're going to move to New York City and I could transfer schools there and he would take care of us with his money. Okay? Child. So 2 weeks ago, he sat me down and unloaded completely. He said he felt this way for a long time. He said that I am the driver in the relationship and he's the passenger. Sir, you're almost 30. What are you talking about? Like, you're literally with, no shade, but you with a little ass girl and you over here talking about, fucking what? He says he's just been along for the ride and he's not as enthusiastic as me about us. He has some serious doubts about us and that I'm pursuing him and he's not pursuing me. Yikes. He compared me to his ex-girlfriends. He doesn't think that I have dated enough. Well, maybe because you're a freshman in college. Like, you just got out of high school. That's what I meant earlier about people being in different phases of life. Like, He said that him moving to New York City wouldn't be for me, and for his new job, it would be for him and his new job and change of security. So basically, he just wants you to be a pocket P word for him. I was crying, and he said that his mom thinks he's unhappy. He was talking to his mom about this. Oh my God. And that he might need therapy. We had a break from the convo to watch a movie, and I was crying, and then we went to sleep. He said he felt stupid, and his main point was that we need to check in with each other more, which I agreed to. No, fuck that. That man just tore you down. I would not want anything to do with him, because what you're not about to do is make me feel like I need to be anything other than myself to be with you. Because, no, you want me to go above and beyond my normal. Which, I mean, for the right person, yeah, you change if you're doing some fuck shit. But, like, bro literally just wants you to turn into a 30-year-old woman. And it's like, you're not that. So, what the hell? You over here talking about he wants you to pursue him. You can't afford no flight to Asia, can you? You can't even afford a drink, I'm sure. Like, no shade. But it's like, he's weird, bro. For 2 weeks, he tried more and more. We started therapy. We were also communicating more. Then one night we were eating and he said, I see you're making the effort and I think it's just best for us to break up. I admit I acted immature and immediately started to pack my shit. Period, bitch. And he said we should talk. I said I don't want to. And I was hysterical. He was yawning and pointing at me, laughing, saying that I was acting my age. Bro, you're pathetic. Bro, that's when all of like the respect for him as a man would have went out the window. I would have been getting on that ass. I would have been like, bro, well, maybe you just like your daddy because you talking to my young ass and I'm acting my fucking age. Like, I would have went there. I would have really fucked that man's head up before I left, because what you're not about to do is use me as an emotional punching bag because you got trauma. What the fuck? She said, I understand him being mean. No, he's a dick. No. I still love him, and I don't know why. It's because he literally wine dined and 69 your ass on his grown ass and showed you the world. And now you're over here like, bro, you didn't do nothing wrong, but for yourself, you need to leave this alone. They said, I am genuinely losing my mind. I don't know what to do. I've never experienced this. I want us to be together. We have history, and I don't want to give up on him. I want to do the same. So maybe some advice on how I can repair the relationship. Be kind, tribe. I am very fragile right now. I need words of wisdom, past experiences, advice, or insight. It would be very appreciated. You got to leave him alone. He's not being respectful to you. He does not respect you. He's over here laughing at you when you're crying, dismissing your emotions. That's not fair. You don't deserve that. Just because he could take you on a trip, trust me, when you get older, the average man in your dating pool will be able to take you on a trip. Like, you don't need to tolerate this type of abuse. Like, this is so messed up. Shout out to Just Ashley for the other donation. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you. They said, what type of hell no immature ass dude to the what the hell? I'm sorry. I love you so much. So I got to keep sending the super chat. No, seriously, like, bro, you're about to be 30 years old. You're dating freshmen in college and you're over here talking about, I think you know. And you know the tea is, I'm going to tell you what the real tea is, sis. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing at your age, and he is scared because he's approaching 30 and his peers are either starting families, getting married, and moving into homes. You know what he's doing? He's moving into a bachelor pad in the city. Trust me, girl. Like, he has way more than just the Mormon trauma. I feel like he's low-key using that to fall back on because it's easier to explain than what he actually has going on. And it seems to me like the chat agreed that, like, it's just not it. Kaya, shout out for the donation, talking about, I can show you the world. It's had me dying. No, I'm serious. Like, girl, you do not have to do all of that, friend. You really don't. You really don't. And you're lucky that this is a real simple answer. you know? And no, you're not dumb. You're not foolish. You're not. He literally was playing with you. He was doing things that he knew your age group and what, you know, what a young guy does to wine and dine and court a girl. He knows how to get to that part. But what he doesn't know how to do is take the next step. And he's scared because you know what you're doing. I mean, you're young, you're in your 20s, we're courting each other, we're meeting each other's parents, we're going on dates, we're going on trips. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes baby in the baby care. Like, you seem like you know what's going on. He already did first comes love, probably already did first comes marriage with somebody because of his Mormon background. What's next? The next woman he's serious with, he's about to be 30. Like, girl, stay in school. Stay in school. Doctors usually date doctors. You'll get you another one. It's okay. You're still young. He's not. You'll be fine. But that is all I got for today. It is 4:34. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. If you guys want your story read on this segment, all you have to do is email me at tribet@shopvoodoochild.com. There are rules, there are age limits, and I didn't add this in the rule book, but we're really trying to stay towards, like, if you do tell a story that has to do with school, keep it college related. We're trying to, you know, get away from the high school stuff. I'm getting old my damn self. Like, don't, you know, I can only tell the same advice to the high schoolers so many times, you know, until you either gonna do it or you're not. Shoot, that advice, those high schoolers are in college now. So that's why I'm like, let's move on here. But yeah, I gotta go get some lunch. My stomach has been growling on the live. I don't know if y'all heard it, but I'm about to go. Thank you guys so much for all the donations and the birthday wishes. This is gonna be the last live until my birthday next week. My birthday's on Tuesday, so I'll see y'all on Wednesday of next week, and I'll see you guys this weekend too. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for everybody that sent in your stories, and I'll see you guys next time, hopefully with my Superhead commentary, because I just got done filming it. So yeah, peace.